My name is Auntie May. 62 years of life have taught me many things. How to survive heartbreak, how to rebuild from nothing, how to smile even when the world feels heavy. But nothing, truly nothing prepared me for the day a strange dog saved my life. Some stories choose you. This one ran toward me. It happened 5 years ago, on a chilly October morning in the small town of Redfield, Ohio, a place where everyone knows everyone, and news travels faster than the wind. I remember that morning clearly. The air smelled like cold earth and burnt leaves. The sky looked tired, as if winter was pulling it down by the corners. I lived alone back then. My husband Daniel had passed away 7 years earlier, and my only daughter Emily was in New York chasing dreams bigger than this small town could hold. I was proud of her. But like every mother, there were nights I cried quietly into my pillow, wishing she would call more often. Life was quiet, too quiet. That morning, I had stepped out for my usual walk to Madison Street. My doctor said I needed more movement and less worrying, as if it were that simple. I carried my small canvas tote, planning to buy fresh bread from Mrs. Parker's bakery, and maybe some apples if my arthritis didn't start acting up. The street was unusually silent. Even the birds seemed half asleep. Then I saw him. A large dog, golden, scruffy, and beautiful in an imperfect kind of way, stood near the old church gate. He wasn't tied to anything. He wasn't with anyone. He just stood there, staring at me as if he'd been expecting me. I slowed down, confused. "Hey there, sweetheart," I said softly. "Where's your family?" He tilted his head, studying me with those deep amber eyes, warm, alert, almost human. I've always believed animals understand more than we give them credit for, but this dog, he looked at me like he could read my heartbeat. I took a small step closer. His ears perked up, but he didn't move. "That's a good boy," I whispered. Suddenly, he ran toward me, not aggressively, not wildly, just fast, too fast. Before I could react, he nudged my leg firmly, almost pushing me backward. "Hey, easy," I yelped, but he didn't stop. He kept leaning, pushing, circling me, blocking me from moving forward. "What's wrong with you, boy?" he barked. Once. Sharp. Urgent. Then again. It wasn't a normal bark. It wasn't playful or random. It was a warning. Something about it made my chest tighten. I looked around. The street was empty. Not a person in sight. The dog stepped in front of me again, shaking, staring at me intensely. His tail wasn't wagging. His body was stiff. He looked terrified. Of what? I took a hesitant step forward. He jumped in front of me, forcing me back. "What is it?" I whispered, feeling my pulse climb. He barked again, louder. Then he turned his head toward the right side of the road. And that's when I heard it. A faint cracking sound, like old wood splitting or metal straining. It came from the construction site nearby, a place where workers had been repairing a block of old storefronts. No one was working that morning, but scaffolding covered the entire building. I squinted. At first I saw nothing unusual. Then I noticed it. The scaffolding on the second level was shaking. Not from wind, not from weight. It was loose. Before I could process what was happening, the dog barked again, louder than before, almost desperate. Then, C-R-A-A-A-A-C-K. The entire upper metal frame snapped free. I froze. Time stopped. The huge steel bars and wooden planks began collapsing, right toward the exact spot I had been walking toward just seconds earlier. My breath caught in my throat. Oh my God. If the dog hadn't stopped me, if he hadn't pushed me back, I would have been under that. I would have died. The structure hit the pavement with explosive force. Dust flying, metal clanging, boards splintering. I stumbled backward, knees weak, heart thundering. The dog stood in front of me, as if shielding me from the falling debris. Even when the noise stopped, he didn't move. His chest rose and fell rapidly. He was trembling. I knelt down slowly. "You saved me," I whispered, tears blurring my vision. "You saved my life." He rested his head gently against my thigh, almost as if reassuring me that I was safe now. For a few long seconds, neither of us moved. I just held on to him, shaken to the core. Then I noticed something. He had no collar, no tag, no leash, no sign that he belonged to anyone. "Where did you come from?" I asked, stroking his fur. He lifted his head and licked my hand. My heart melted. Just then, I heard footsteps, running footsteps. 2 men from the hardware store appeared, staring wide-eyed at the collapsed scaffolding. "Holy hell," one of them yelled. "Someone call 911. The older man saw me and rushed over. "Ma'am, are you hurt?" I pointed to the debris, my voice shaking. I was about to walk right under that. His face turned pale. You wouldn't have made it." I swallowed. He followed my gaze to the dog standing beside me. Is that your dog? No, I whispered. He just showed up. The man raised his brows. Well, then you better thank that guardian angel. Looks like he's the only reason you're still breathing. I looked at the dog again. Guardian angel. Yes, that's exactly what he felt like. The dog nuzzled my hand again before trotting a few steps ahead, then stopping to look back at me, as if asking me to follow. You want me to come with you? I asked. He tilted his head, and my heart did something strange. Something warm. I followed him. One step at a time. I didn't know his name. I didn't know where he came from. I didn't know why he saved me. But I did know one thing. This wasn't the end of our story. It was the beginning, because some souls don't meet by accident. Some are sent to save you, long before you realize you were in danger.